you for the follow. Oh, did I miss a checkmate in one? Played above his rating.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. But you won one, right?
Won one, I won one.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Well done.
Why does he have that star?
This means he's premium.
So they try to make premium look too good.
It is too good.
What's the point of premium?
Oh, it means that you get special.
Perks?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like training and stuff like that.
So you can just ask a coach to train you instead of buy $20 a day.
It's good. It's not $20. It's a good. The premium is good. You get to do some training and stuff.
Okay.
I like it. I think it's good.
But they try to make it look a bit too good.
Yeah, it's advertising.
Jeez, they have to advertise on other users who bought it.
Yeah.
Sheesh, it's like, oh yeah, this is so cool. Right? It's like being in a pool in real life for free.
politics is not right here. thank you, Greywood. But my opponent is very generous. This one seems like a custom. Plays very directly. Mm. thought I played Rook. I thought I played Rook A7. I'm using a DGT board. Chopin, how are you? I'm not bullying anyone, we are playing. What were you saying, Chopin? Well played today, Kone. Sorry for that cheater who joined in. I think he did mess you up. Looks like James did a quick work of his opponent. Did you guys see this article? Yeah, your team did very well. Did you guys see this article of Nakamura fighting with Hansen? I didn't know. Yeah, Yeah, I was very surprised. I didn't know that it got to a fist. It got to fist fight levels. Oh, the fighting story is old. Fighters in Cheso's book. Oh, really? I didn't know I didn't know he resorts to violence. Maybe I should start doing that. You might be able to win more games. It was just so funny, like imagining. I can't imagine being beaten by a chess player. That would be the worst. Being beaten in a fist fight by a chess player. I think they can only. I agree, you have to be very weak to be beaten by a chess player. Uh, I'd rather, like, I mean, a hockey player or a. Like, there are certain players that should not beat you. A golf player should not beat you. A chess player should not beat you. Oh, those who throw those balls, badminton, no. You cannot lose a fist fight. You know what? It's. Oh, yeah, but okay, that's sad. That's like. But if you are. You can't be beaten by a. I'd rather lose to a netball girl in a fist fight than a chess player. It's gonna happen. Yeah, no, I agree. It just surprised me. I didn't even know like chess players fight. Actually, that was a surprise. That was the surprise to me. I'm not even sure why they would fight. But you have to be very careful with articles because when I read it, it seemed like it was something that happened yesterday. And they are saying like it's an old story. These papers are themselves toxic. Oh, he was drunk also. I didn't know that. When I read it, it seemed like it was something that just happened. It actually surprised me. because unless it's just aimed at damaging his peer, since he got signed up with a big organization, maybe they're just trying to sabotage his work. Well, I thought at least. Yeah, it's good, the Hungarian defense. It's very old, but it's, I mean, I think it's just a question of fashion that it's no longer as popular as it used to be. I think Smyslov played it the most. I just feel that sometimes yeah, no, it's not active, but it's playable. Yeah, I don't think activity is going to. No. Bishop c5 has always been the line in this position, but yeah. But I've always also wondered, like, Bishop c5, yeah, if you play Bishop c5, you're going to be also like debating theory for a while. But if you just want to play a game, I think this is fairly playable. Does it look like I'm suffering? Oh, I've seen so many ideas here. Like that would be like, especially in long games that are very difficult to deal with for white. If you've never seen them, I'll show you one of them. One of them involves playing your knight to e8 and then your bishop to f6. I'll show you now. Ah, no, yeah, something like that. Like this, yeah. Okay, yeah. I do this. Another thing about this position is that any minor piece exchanges just favor black because it's cramped. Okay, so here we take there and then just play there. Okay. Just taking away that square from the knight. It makes some interesting play. And also when I do play bishop e5, Kone, you know how to win these endgames. They're not that tricky. This is a clever move. Let me challenge it in some other way. Can I go like this? Okay, let's show up on d6. I want to move my knight. Are you telling me that your endgame has progressively gotten worse? Yeah, a lot of guys are looking forward to the race league. Okay, let's defend like that. And what am I doing? I go here, he takes there. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised he missed. He missed a very good move here. He missed knight c5. That was very strong. Greatest. Yeah, the whole university actually is going to be much stronger. Okay, so Kone, like when we go to the knockout stage, there's going to be some twists which we haven't announced, but you like them. But the point is this, right? Imagine out of this tournament that we've done, we will have over 100 players. Yeah, knight g7 was bad. There was quite a series of substandard moves in this scenario. Yeah, but the point is this, right? So yeah, there was some good idea. Yeah, what I can say safely is that I think if you look in your database, you find I think 5 games from Smyslov, and those games are very instructive for this ending, for this position. Thank you. That's my wife. Thank you. Yeah. But it's got a lot of strategic ideas like that, which I really like. Against a player, let's say below 2100, you're always going to be able to outplay them. I just find it much better than that I spend more time learning about actual middle game positions and end game positions rather than spending a lot of time trying to improve your opening. No, it wasn't just the coffee. It's like it's a running joke. She knows I like tea. And so she was teasing. I can't be sad from. I'm a part. I can't be sad about losing chess. Man, if you have to be sad about losing chess, that's really sad. That cannot be something that shapes my my son on the other end gets very upset when he loses. Yeah, but like I think each player's approach is different. One of the things about what is he actually enjoys doing that. He actually enjoys researching into these openings and finding these ideas. And it's a process, and it's also quite a draining process too. And you could say his technique is so high that if he does get a winning position, he'll be able to convert. So someone like that, it's really worth spending the time securing those advantages in the opening. But if you are a player who at some point during the game you are winning, at some point during the game you are losing, at some point during the game you are winning, and then you think like your problem is openings, then you're working on the wrong stuff. Even for what works as a teacher, so you can't really do chess full time. But he is strong, so he can actually afford to. He can afford to say to work on to perfect his openings, because it makes sense. I mean, he's strong enough to be able to sort of hold on to those advantages. So he works on them. And I think, yeah, for someone like him, it's the right thing to do. But for most players, I think it's just a waste of time to do anything else. Yeah. Yeah, and if you see, Watu's lines are very sharp. Watu's lines in his preparation is very sharp, and he sharpens them. I mean, and also he's aware every time when something new comes up, also in those things, and he works on it. So he's not a lazy chess player at all. He works at his craft. Now it's very difficult to kind of expect the same level of commitment from your average chess player. I think your average Joe Blow just wants to enjoy chess, and this approach might be very handy, especially if someone is below. I think if you're below 2,000. You shouldn't be spending a lot of time on openings. You should know your openings, and it doesn't take a lot. I think a book like Opening Essentials, those Opening Essentials series should help a lot if you are below 2,000. There's quite a lot of good basic books that just gives you an idea. There's a lot of openings which don't require a lot of knowledge. I found an interesting idea this week. I've known about it, but I never really bothered to look at it. Like, for instance, against not that book. That's not. There's an opening against the Caro-Kann, for instance. E4, C6, D4, and D5. I guess the most popular is Knight C3 or Knight D2, or some people go EG followed by C4. But there's a line called the short variation. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But you need to know just the basic ideas. For instance, E5, Bishop F5. No. I didn't mention E5 because I think E5 is actually good. But what I did not really understand was this opening starting with Knight F3, E6, Bishop E2. This is actually very strong. Very difficult also to deal with for black, because it doesn't force anything on black, but it doesn't force anything on black. That's, I think, the first thing about it. But also, because black is not being forced to do stuff, he has to figure out how he's going to develop, and it's not so simple in this position. And I was very curious about how games would proceed, so I did some digging here, and what I realized is that there's not a lot of ideas for white. Yes, they play C4 at some point. No, like you shouldn't be getting all your openings on YouTube. That's just scary. But the thing is this, right? At some point you want to play c4, but what I noticed, Kone and Chopin, is that you only play c4 to play cd5 if the knight has been committed elsewhere than e7. And you're learning openings from a sketchy guy. It's not even promising. Another interesting idea from which I saw is that, let's say, against in the Italian, knight f3, knight c6, which is why I actually don't like meeting with bishop c5 in Italian, c3, knight f6. Is this idea is very strong. It's not as simple as it looks. And after knight e4, pawn takes. This position is not so easy to play for black. And it's very much forced. Yeah, no, I agree. This is very, it's very tricky. You have to know a lot of details. Yeah. And then against the Sicilian, I think if you don't want to work a lot on the opening, I think the Rosolimo is your, or if they go d6 here, after knight f3, d6, just go bishop d5. And then against e6, you just continue d3, knight d2, sorry, knight d2, g3, and you play the King's Indian attack. And if they play, what is the other Sicilian? Oh, there's the knight f6 Sicilian, and here I think you should just go knight c3 first. And you're doing fine here. Yeah, there is theory, but what I mean is that let's say someone plays the dragon and you play the main line. Man, there's just so much to know and so much nuances. It's not, everything is not the same, you know. And the theory goes deep, like 27 moves or 28 moves. And if you get into this, you're no longer playing chess. It's like you are trying to remember. There is theory to every opening. Another one I really think is worthwhile is e4, e5, knight c3. This can be very rich. You have to know what you're doing here. I once lost in a tournament, a rapid tournament, to bishop c4 after I played a natural knight f6 and my opponent played d4. I didn't know what to do. So since that, I play knight c6 just to make sure. But oh yes, yeah, that line e4, e5, knight c3. I think it goes. How does it go? I know the line you're talking about. I think the system did it automatically. I didn't. I just permitted it, I think. Something like this, like knight c6, bishop c4. No, it's not bishop c5. Yeah, I forget this line. Let me check. I've got it somewhere. I've got it somewhere. When you want it hides. Yep, I knew I've got it somewhere. It's this one. Let me see if I can find that line. It's actually quite hectic. This line. I think that line is called Tarantula or something like that. Something Dracula. But there's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of tricks with this line. Okay, yeah, I think I found it. So it goes something like, okay, let's go back here and delete from here. Okay, so it starts something like e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop c4, and then here he takes on e4. So here white plays queen h5, threatening mate. So black defends like this with knight d6 and also attacking the bishop. And funny enough, the best move is a backward move, and it seems like it's slow. But now white is threatening e5. Yes, but this is actually quite intense also. So because he's threatening e5, black has to play knight c6. Anything else doesn't work because of knight d5 actually. So after this knight c6, now he plays knight b5. His threat is take and then mate. So g6 is first, now queen f3, again threatening mate. After knight d6 check, and f5 is the only way to stop mate, so he has to play this, and now queen d5, again now threatening this, and the next move is forced, otherwise black is lost, so he has to play queen e7, allowing knight c7 check. And this is alright actually for black. After knight a8 he goes b6 to play bishop b7, and this is supposedly good for both sides. But yeah, there's quite a lot of tricky lines here. Some of them look very innocent. That's why I was saying, like, this one, if you really invest some energy into it, it's not a lot of lines, and it's knowable. E4, E5, knight C3, knight C6. And after bishop C4, bishop C5, the one you're talking about is this one. This can be very hairy also. Because now I think queen F6 doesn't really work. For some reason it doesn't work. Another one which is tricky also here. After E4, E5, knight C3, knight F6, F4, D5, take on E5, take on E4. Is white can also play D3 here. Yes, king D, yes, correct, yeah. Correct. Here, this one also is very tricky because now it's so easy for someone to want to play this. Oh, really? No, that guy was cheating. I'm glad you got banned. Very nice. Did they restore your points? Yeah, this one is also very tricky. So after queen H4, you can go G3, and after knight G3, you play knight F3. Queen H5, and now you play knight takes D5. This is just... But if you've never seen this, it's very difficult to actually figure out what's happening. Knight C7 check, king D8, knight takes A8. And after bishop E7, bishop G2. And they go bishop check. King F1, knight F2, and queen E1. Very nice touch. Yeah, you know, like now we're threatening knight takes and queen takes, and this position is good. But there's so much detail to it, which is what I like. The only thing I found is that if you do find someone who's actually spent some time learning it, you get very dead positions. Yeah, that guy was cheating. I was quite sure. Like, I think when someone notified me before he even played you. What was his name? Blitz something. He notified me that. It's frustrating dealing with guys like that. Not only is he playing a tournament he's not allowed to play, but it's like he's being rude also. Man. What do you do? People want to win. What do you mean? I don't understand. I think Twitch has been getting a lot of heat from the different organizations about allowing certain ideas, I think. So, oh my God, did he message her directly? I didn't know that. I didn't know he messaged her. Ah, that's just bad. That's just bad. It's appalling that he even did that. Some people don't have a moral. No, good for you, man. Just wait for me, guys. I just want to fetch something quickly. I cannot believe that he did that. That's just sad. Ugh. Make your coffee. I want to look at something quickly, like I wish it's been on my mind. Okay, no problem, Kone. This is an interesting way of fighting against the Bloomfield. These openings can be very tricky. But e4, it's like offers a gambit, right? Offers a gambit for a gambit. So after knight e4, bishop d3, knight d6. A better idea here is to play knight f6, and after castles, b takes c4, bishop c4, and after bishop a6, take on a6, take on a6. And this is black's best try here. No, this is a Blumenfeld. And this is a better try. But in this one, this guy played after bishop d3, played knight d6, which is a bit uncomfortable because you block the bishop, and the pawn you're trying to hold on to really it's not that worth it. After b5, he goes a6, and I like this idea because you can also use this idea in the Benko. You know, like in the Benko, after d4, let's okay, c5, d5, b5. Here you can also use this similar idea. no, Bloomfield. So here, after b5, a6, white just goes b6. Because some gambits, if you accept them, especially these ones, they give more play, definitely sufficient compensation to black. And these b6 ideas just turn it down. And also it's not the position that they're expecting to play. But this keeps the pieces a bit bottled up and struggling with each other. So bishop b7 here. Kone, some of your affirmations, some of the things you believe become really real, you know. I don't see any difference between playing e4 or d4. This is an alternative idea. But this is very good for white, I think. Bishop b7, knight c3, bishop e7, castles, and here. Yeah. So this is a mistake, by the way, taking on d5 now. Because you see like how quickly he gets a lost position. It was better actually to take on b6 here. But e takes d5, gets punished nicely, and here white plays bishop a4. Yeah, this is... Yeah, you know, like the Bloomfield or the Benoni, if you really meet a player who knows his stuff, it's very difficult to play against. But now you just have to make a decision. I don't think it's actually very difficult. Rook e1. Actually, I missed something here. After knight c3, bishop e7, castles, he takes d5. Bishop f4. The London. No, the London is just a lazy way of getting around in chess. I would play it as a surprise idea for someone, I didn't have a preparation for, but not as a an opening. And here, these are the ideas that really, I don't think the positions are not complicated. The positions are very simple and very linear, and that look at the way white is playing. Literally, it's like a threat with each move. And here the threat in this particular case is bishop c7 and the queen is trapped. So bishop c6 is forced. And white goes knight e5. But if you never look at them, how do you yes, wait. Yes, I remember that. Knight e5, g6, and now bishop h6. Again, just very direct. They call it long think, wrong think. It's actually something that you have to be very careful of, especially, yeah, you have to have a pace which maintains a flow of thought. And that's what happens when someone takes too much time, they forget the basic thing. And here f6, knight takes c6, knight c6, and again a forcing move, bishop g7. And now rook f8 is kind of forced because you're going to take on f6 if they don't. But what's cool about this is to be honest with you, I actually don't keep track on the female side of who because if you ask me who's the current female world champion, I always think it's Polga Judith. It's very difficult when she's like 2700 and there's no one else there to say she's not the unofficial world champion. I should maybe spend some time and actually look at the games of the female champions. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how they. I really don't know how they play. The one thing I do like about especially like the Benoni and the, if you really look, they've got some really deep ideas. I think if you don't want to remember a lot of stuff, you must play basic openings. Like Queen's Gambit, they don't have a lot of stuff to remember. You can choose to remember if you want, but you could play them on understanding. Openings like the Grunfeld and the King's Indian, you can't play them on like saying, I just understand, it's enough. Not nowadays. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Do I have a memorable game? I have games of mine which I enjoyed because I managed to implement some idea or yeah, maybe you could say that. I don't know actually, Chopin, if I've seen that game. I have a lot of time for Aronian's games, and I might have seen it. It might have struck a chord or not. Yeah, what motivates me when it comes to games is not necessarily who I beat. I've had some really nice games against strong players, but they didn't really mean a lot to me. Let me see if I can show you something. Yeah, let me see if I can do this. There are some games I've played. I kind of enjoyed ideas within them, and it's quite a few. But I would never. Part of the reason that I don't necessarily Oh, good night, Greyhound, if you are going to sleep now. I've never really. You can enjoy your games because of where you are and so on, but I've never thought that our games are really good for us to show them around with pride. You know, like if we were very strong, it would really show in our strength. So that's really one of the reasons why I never really do that. But there are some games I've played which I've been proud of because of being able to implement an idea, or nah. And then there are games that you play, let's say in a Simon against, let's say, a Grandmaster. Those are difficult to be proud of because he's playing other people, so he's not really paying a lot of attention to your game. Yeah, I do have a lot of games that I'm proud of just because I implemented some novel idea or the level of technique, especially the games where I needed to be precise, even in end games to win. Those I value a lot. And then there are games which were really good, and because of one blunder and I didn't win the game, I don't even want to remember. Then, okay, so the game I played against Aronian, I liked it because the solutions to the problems that he was posing and how I managed to find ways of keeping on playing, I was very proud of. And then the game against Nakamura also, I was very proud that at no point was he any better, and I actually managed to go to an actual draw with him despite all efforts, and also having played something that was new that I'd never seen, and also figuring it out over the board. In fact, one of the best lessons I took from that game was that it's very important to take your time and think. What was the other thing? That was him. Yes, he's been improving a lot, I must say. But he's also been very serious about training. He attends training a lot at school. Yeah. I lost 2 games to Grandmaster Ipato, which were very instructive. For me, after that, I benefited a lot from those losses. But yeah, maybe one day we discuss my games. Yes, I saw that guy. It's actually his name. His name is Henry Starr. Okay, guys, let me rest. I've got a long day tomorrow. We speak. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always fun when you guys are around. And maybe one of these days we can choose something to work on and see how it goes. One of these late evenings. Grey Road will always be there. That's the funniest joke I've heard today. Good night.